Look at her arm. Caitlin Clark has attempted just 8 non-technical free throws across her last 12 quarters, and now fresh footage from the Fever's win over the Chicago Sky is raising even more questions. The video isn't about a crossover, a logo 3, or a highlight reel pass. Instead, it focuses on Clark's forearm, which appears to be covered in fingernail-like scratches. The marks look consistent with the kind of contact that happens when a defender is grabbing, holding, and fighting to keep up with her every move.
The game that DiJonai Carrington had circled on her calendar and wanted the world to see happened tonight. And how did it turn out? Caitlin Clark had 37 points, 10 assists, 8 threes, and we got this lovely reaction. But I want to point out something that happened in the game. Some of the Chicago Sky, including DiJonai Carrington, to me, were looking for a fight this game. And Caitlin, instead of talking about it in the media, just did it with her basketball skills, and this is one of the plays that happened.
Indiana can regain the lead. Clark, another step back three. Yes! And a little bit of passion afterwards. You love it. This is...
So DiJonai purposely runs into Clark, and then Clark just waves her off. Just waves her off. You can tell that Clark was just over that storyline and with that rivalry.
And here's the part that makes the footage especially concerning when you watch it back. Much of the contact appears to go uncalled. Possession after possession, defenders are seen tightly pressuring Clark, grabbing at her jersey and arms, while some plays appear to leave visible marks. Yet the whistle often stays silent. This doesn't look like an isolated moment from one physical possession. It appears to be part of a larger pattern that has been developing over recent weeks. And the tweet that sparked the discussion framed the issue in the strongest possible terms.
It took the ref 30 business days to call this foul on Caitlin Clark. But of course they want to demonize Clark and be like, she was overreacting. She's the most fouled player in the league. What are we doing? Why was the whistle not blown right here? Grabbing her, blow the fucking whistle, man. And then she had to do all this again to finally put her hand up. Like, what are we doing, man? Enrique's ugly ass falling down all over the place, foul call. You look at Asia Wilson, foul call, but it takes the ref looking direct. Look, why is her hand not up? Takes the ref 30 business days to call this. But let's demonize Clark. No, all these players fear Caitlin Clark. They fear for their lives when this woman is on the court and they have to hack her, tackle her. I done see some tackle Clark in this game and everything because she's the 11th best guard and we're gonna guard her this way though. Like, you guys are fucking ridiculous, man. It's like the refs just want Clark to get beat up and hacked. These people just want her to just play through it, and it's like, it's not part of the game to get fouled and have to play through it, man.
Caitlin Clark has attempted just 8 non-technical free throws over her last 12 quarters of play. That's 8 free throws across a full 12 quarters, essentially 3 complete games. It's a striking number, especially for a player who regularly faces intense defensive pressure and physical contact. Whatever the explanation, the lack of trips to the free throw line has become a noticeable part of the conversation surrounding Clark's recent games.
I'm about to show you 10 missed calls last game that Caitlin Clark got fouled and the ref never called it. There's a moving screen. She's moving all over the place. Hits her with the shoulder like always. Look at this. Fouls her, holding her, and fouls the crap out of her. No foul. Look at this. She got fouled the whole game. They didn't call this a foul. Look at this one. Like, her body's all over her. How is that not a foul? Look at this one. Cardosa swipes her once, twice, just tries to grab her. Can you imagine being fouled the entire game? Every time you hit half court, every time you dribble, every time you drive. Look at this. Sheldon clearly has her hand on Caitlin Clark's shoulder when she's shooting it. They even showed a replay. It's exactly where I thought it was. Watch this. Her arm is on Caitlin Clark's shoulder the whole time.
Think about what that number really means. It's easy to glance at a statistic and move on, but free throws are awarded when officials determine that defensive contact has crossed the line. So when a player like Caitlin Clark appears to be absorbing plenty of physical pressure, yet reaches the free throw line only a handful of times over 12 straight quarters, it naturally raises questions. It doesn't necessarily mean she has suddenly become less aggressive or is drawing less contact. Instead, it fuels the perception that the officiating hasn't kept pace with the level of physical defense she's facing. And if the contact continues to increase while the whistle seems to disappear, that creates a frustrating contrast with the basic purpose of consistent officiating.
Calling for this WNBA player to be suspended after she intentionally pokes Caitlin Clark in the eye. You can see here, she misses the ball with an open palm and then hones it into this little sharp, pointy hand and jabs it right into her eyeball. One more time, right in the eye. And believe it or not, she didn't even get a foul for this. It was so intense as well that as the game progressed, you could tell she was getting a black eye just from the hit. There is no doubt in my mind that what this WNBA player did was 100% intentional, and honestly, I think it should have a huge suspension as well.
And honestly, I think serious disciplinary action should be considered because the level of physicality surrounding Clark has become impossible to ignore. When defenders can't stay in front of her or contain her off the dribble, frustration can sometimes lead to increasingly aggressive plays. We've already seen incidents involving questionable contact, and now the discussion has shifted towards smaller actions that may be harder for officials to catch in real time. A grab here, a scratch there. Minor enough to escape the whistle during a fast-paced possession, yet noticeable when the footage is reviewed afterward. At that point, the concern goes beyond ordinary defense. If repeated physical contact is being used to disrupt Clark, wear her down, or push her into mistakes, officials and the league need to take a serious look at whether those tactics are crossing the line.
This wasn't called a foul. This wasn't called a flagrant foul. There was no whistle blown on this play. This play never went under review. This play has absolutely nothing to do with basketball. As you can see, the ball is all the way over there. This is just someone getting mauled. The WNBA is stupid and is not a serious organization.
And this is exactly why the free throw statistic matters. It's not simply a number being repeated online for attention. When you look at the broader picture, hard fouls, physical contests, off-ball holding, and contact that appears to go uncalled, Caitlin Clark has faced a significant amount of defensive pressure while still making relatively few trips to the line. Possession after possession, she takes contact, gets back up, and immediately returns to the action. That resilience can easily get overlooked amid the surrounding debate. Many players might become more cautious, hesitate on drives, or avoid contact altogether after repeated physical plays. Clark, however, has continued attacking the same areas of the court, seemingly refusing to let the physical defense change the way she plays.
These are plays we've seen from DiJonai.
These are the plays. Look. Yanking her hair down. Oh, that's a basketball play, y'all. And tell me if you notice a common denominator. Look. Basketball play, look. Basketball play. I didn't know you can rip somebody's hair out. That's a basketball. Look. Ankle injury. That's a basketball play, y'all. Look, poke right in the eye. It's not this many basketball plays in the world. It's not this many coincidences in the world. She went up like this and came down like this and poked an eye. Knocked her all upside her head. Now she got CT. Like, this is what you call a track record. Look, not even going for the ball. Like, come on.
But that's what DiJonai Carrington does.
And we know, and that's been part of the problem, because we've been telling y'all, this is what she does and has a track record.
This isn't the first time DiJonai Carrington's name has been brought into discussions about physical play involving Caitlin Clark. Fans have previously pointed to incidents involving contact near Clark's face, including a playoff moment that gained widespread attention after the footage was reviewed. The same pattern has fueled debate. A play happens quickly, officials make a decision in real time, and then slowed-down replays spark a much larger conversation afterward. But there's another side to this story that deserves attention. While questions about physical defense and officiating continue, Clark has also been making her own mark on WNBA history. A viral statistic highlights just how extraordinary her production has been. Clark has recorded 5 games with at least 30 points and 10 assists, while every other player in WNBA history combined has recorded 4. That puts her in remarkably rare territory. 0.5 such performances from one player is more than the rest of the league's history combined. It's not simply a short hot streak. It represents an extraordinary level of scoring and playmaking from the point guard position. And the fact that Clark has continued producing while dealing with intense defensive pressure only adds another layer to the conversation surrounding her recent performances.
Caitlin Clark now has more 30-point, 10-assist games in her career, with 5, than the rest of the WNBA has combined in league history. Let that sink in. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee while that sinks in. Yeah, yeah, by herself, she's got more 30-point, 10-assist games by herself than the entire league combined. Entire league history combined.
So look at this. This is where you're like, this is loser shit. Oh, I'm going to pretend to flop. DiJonai just shoved Caitlin. She literally just walked into Caitlin and shoved her. Caitlin dribbled the ball and she just shoved her. And she just goes that. Caitlin didn't even throw her head back. And then waits for Caitlin, like, starts shit talking, throws her head back. Caitlin doesn't see her, and then goes and does it again. Like, that is the most loser shit ever. That is the most loser shit ever. Like, and the worst part is that DiJonai checked into the game while Caitlin Clark was while Caitlin was on the bench, and DiJonai started off really well. Really well, DiJonai started. As soon as Caitlin Clark as soon as Caitlin Clark checks in the game, DiJonai suddenly is like, I don't care about basketball anymore. I don't care about basketball. The only thing that I care about is, can I go and clip